welcome to the Deep Dive. Our mission today feels pretty urgent, actually. We're looking at some critical analysis from a tech insider, also a well-being expert,
Yeah, someone really in the thick of it.
and we want to turn that dense knowledge into something actionable for you. We're tackling two huge forces right now, AI speeding up like crazy, and, well, just this general global uncertainty.
They feed into each other, don't they?
Definitely. And crucially, how do we handle the stress, the anxiety that comes with all this change? How do we master that internal machinery?
Well, that machinery is definitely running hot. The analysis we're drawing from paints a picture of a world that's profoundly unstable right now.
You mean geopolitics, the economy?
Yeah, geopolitical shifts, the old post-war economic order kind of fraying, leaders maybe not being held accountable in the ways we expect. But the real kicker, the thing really putting our nervous systems on edge, is the sheer speed of AI.
Okay, let's talk about that timeline, because honestly, it's shocking when you dig into it. This isn't sci-fi anymore.
Right. We're kind of used to AI getting better bit by bit.
Incrementally, yeah.
But the data, the actual metrics, show the development curve has just gone vertical. It's exponential now.
And this expert argues, based on scaling laws, resource use, all that, that artificial general intelligence, AGI.
So machines smarter than us at basically everything intellectual.
Exactly. That's not decades away. It might be months, maybe 2026, 2027.
It's a very near horizon. And that speed, that unfamiliarity, that's the core trigger for our biology.
No doubt.
Our brains evolved over millennia to see unfamiliar as potentially unsafe. If the world changes faster than we can comfortably adapt, our internal system just keeps flashing warning signs.
So the speed itself feels like a threat.
Precisely, which leads directly to that chronic grinding anxiety.
Okay, so let's unpack that biological system. Forget anxiety as just a feeling for a second. Let's treat it like a machine with predictable steps.
Yeah, the mechanics of it.
It starts with fight or flight, right? The amygdala sounds the alarm.
It does. Sends that emergency signal down to the adrenal glands and boom, cortisol floods the system.
And cortisol is basically your body's turbo button.
Totally. It's nature's performance optimizer for extreme situations. It reroutes everything. Pupils dilate, sugar rushes to the brain for quick thinking, energy goes straight to the muscles.
And it shuts stuff down too.
Oh yeah. To free up that energy, it slams the brakes on anything non-essential for immediate survival. Digestion, kidney function, liver processes, they all get paused.
The source had that great quote.
What's the point in digesting your steak if you're about to be a steak yourself?
Right. Ruthless efficiency. But here's the problem. The mismatch in our modern world.
That massive cortisol surge. It's only designed to last about 90 seconds.
Like a zebra running from a lion. Danger passes, shake it off, back to grazing.
The zebra chills. But we don't.
Why not?
Because our tigers today aren't usually physical threats. They're worries about a presentation, the mortgage, AI taking jobs, things generated in our rational brain, the prefrontal cortex.
So the thought itself becomes the trigger.
Exactly. The 90 seconds pass, but the thought loop continues. The brain goes, wait, still thinking about that threat? And hits the cortisol button again and again.
Hundreds of times a day sometimes.
Turning a short-term survival tool into long-term chronic stress. It wears us down.
Okay, that makes sense biologically.
Yeah.
But then the source introduces this mathematical way of looking at stress.
Yeah, drawing from physics, which is interesting. The definition is simple. Stress equals force divided by resources.
Force over resources.
Yeah.
Like in engineering.
Pretty much. In physics, it's the load applied divided by the material's ability to handle it. It's cross-sectional area.
So for us, force is the challenge. Like a layoff, an argument, maybe global instability.
Exactly. The pressure's applied to you. And
Right.
resources, that's your cross-sectional area. Your skills, your money, your friends, your resilience, your health, your capacity to withstand the pressure.
Okay, I get the formula.
That the implication.
The source basically says, maybe a bit bluntly, that feeling stressed is kind of a choice. That feels a little annoying, honestly.
Right. It sounds like victim blaming at first, but let's nuance that. It's not saying the initial force, like getting sick or a natural disaster, is your choice. That's external reality hitting you.
Okay.
The choice part refers to the chronic stress, the continuation. That happens because maybe we aren't investing in our resources, our skills, our connections, our coping mechanisms. Or we're applying unnecessary internal force, beating ourselves up, constant worry loops.
Ah, okay. So the choice isn't if the storm hits, but whether we reinforce the ship or just keep yelling about the waves.
That's a great way to put it. We control the denominator, our resources.
Yeah.
And often we control a lot of the numerator too, those internal forces, the self-inflicted stuff.
Right. So if managing stress means boosting resources and cutting unnecessary force, we need to know where the forces actually come from. And the expert gave us that TONN framework.
Yeah, TON. It categorizes stressors by intensity, major or minor, and origin outside or inside us.
So T is for trauma.
Right. Major stress comes from the outside. Things like losing someone close, a serious illness, war, assault. It's heavy stuff. And the stats say 91% of us will face something like that, a potentially PTSD-inducing event.
That's a lot.
It is. But here's the surprising part of the analysis. Trauma, while devastating, is relatively infrequent compared to other stressors. And crucially, most people recover. 93% within about 3 months.
Really? That high?
Yeah. And even more, 99% experience what's called post-traumatic growth. They actually come out stronger with a deeper appreciation for life. So statistically, trauma is like a horrible, unavoidable life tax, but one most people eventually recover from and even grow from.
Okay, so if trauma isn't the source of most chronic stress,
Yeah.
it must be the other three. O is obsessions.
Obsessions, major stress, but this time from within. This is that deep-seated, crippling self-belief, often from childhood. I'm not good enough. I'm unlovable. I'll always fail.
It's like applying a trauma to yourself constantly.
Every single day. That's a huge source of chronic stress. Then you have the two N's. These are often the real culprits behind modern burnout.
Okay, first N.
Noise. Minor stress, but from within. Little nagging self-criticisms. Ugh, I look fat today. Why did I say that dumb thing? You should be doing more. You're falling behind. Tiny jabs, but they happen all day long.
They add up.
Massively. And the second N is nuisances. Minor stress, but from the outside.
Traffic.
Traffic is a classic. Or the annoying alarm clock sound that jolts you awake. The printer that always jams. Too many notifications pinging your phone. Back-to-back meetings with zero break. Little external irritations pecking away at you.
Okay, so TONN, trauma, obsessions, noise, nuisances.
And the big takeaway is, we're actually quite resilient to infrequent trauma. What crushes us, what causes chronic stress and burnout, is the constant high volume of obsessions, noise, and nuisances.
And the good news there.
Is that O, N, and N are largely within our control, or at least our ability to manage and mitigate. Unlike external trauma, these are things we can actively work on.
So, practical step. Literally write down what stressed you out last week.
Yeah, take inventory. See what falls into noise and nuisances.
And then eliminate them. If traffic is a nuisance, leave 15 minutes earlier. If email noise bugs you, turn off notifications for blocks of time.
Exactly. It's about consciously reducing those minor, frequent drains. Each one you eliminate increases your square footage, your resources to handle the real challenges, the unavoidable stuff.
It makes sense. People don't usually burn out just from the one big project, right?
Rarely. They burn out trying to do the big project while juggling 20 nuisances, the commute, the demanding colleague, the unreliable internet. The key to handling big things is often clearing out the small clutter first.
Okay, now let's pivot to another major reason for breakdown, especially now with AI looming. Anticipation. The way we think about the future.
Right. The source points out that emotions like fear, worry, panic, and anxiety aren't just random feelings. They follow a strict internal logic.
Okay, break that down. Fear.
Fear is the conviction that the future is genuinely less safe. It's based on perceived reality, like seeing storm clouds gather, the healthy response, engagement, take action, board up the windows, metaphorically speaking.
Makes sense. What about worry?
Worry is different. It's not a conviction, it's a guess that the future might be less safe. Maybe it will rain, maybe it won't.
And that guessing is the problem.
That's what breaks you. You worry about X, start doing something about it, then doubt yourself, stop, then the worry comes back stronger. Flip-flopping. The solution is deceptively simple. Decide. Either commit to action now or consciously decide to table the worry and chill. Stop oscillating.
Easier said than done sometimes, but okay. Panic.
Panic is fear coming at you too fast. The threat feels immediate, overwhelming. Your instinct is to speed up, try to solve it faster.
But that makes it worse.
According to this analysis, yes, accelerating often increases the feeling of panic. The counterintuitive solution is to inject time. Can you delay the decision? Can you ask for help? Can you just take 3 deep breaths to slow the internal clock? Give yourself space.
Interesting. And the big one, anxiety.
The modern epidemic, right? Anxiety is the conviction, not that the threat is real, but that you are not qualified to handle it. I can't cope with this.
So trying to cope just proves you can't.
It reinforces the feeling. See? I'm struggling. I knew I wasn't good enough. The loop deepens. The solution starts with assessment. Are you genuinely unqualified for this specific thing? If yes, then the answer isn't just try harder. It's get training, delegate it, or acquire the missing resource or skill. Address the qualification gap.
Wow. Okay, so 4 different states, 4 different rational responses. Stop treating them all the same.
Exactly. It gives you specific levers to pull.
So given this world uncertain, speeding up, anxiety-provoking, how do we actually navigate it? How do we stay human? The source lays out 5 core actions.
Prepare, reflect, live, love, and engage.
Okay, prepare. That sounds like a bunker mentality.
Not necessarily hiding. It's acknowledging the real threats, geopolitics, AI's impact on jobs, and taking practical steps. If you know AI might change your industry, prepare by learning about it now. Think about skills that are uniquely human. Manage finances differently, perhaps. Don't just ignore it.
Got it. Reflect.
This has 2 parts. First, intellectual reflection. Spend real time, like at least an hour a week, seeking deep, diverse analysis on the big topics, AI, global shifts. Don't just consume headlines or influencer takes. Find opposing views, dig into the data, form your own grounded perspective.
Reject the noise, basically.
Right. And the second part of reflection is internal, spending time in silence. The expert suggested, maybe ambitiously, like 40 days a year could be chunks. The goal isn't navel-gazing, it's settling yourself.
Yeah.
Understanding where you are in the world, separate from all the external chaos telling you where you should be. Resetting your internal compass.
It sounds challenging, but necessary. Third is live.
Yeah, this one's crucial. Don't let the uncertainty paralyze you or make you constantly hoard resources out of fear. This specific moment right now, this configuration of the world, it will literally never happen again.
So don't miss it worrying about 2030.
Exactly. Soak it in. Find joy in the present level of the game, even with its challenges. Don't postpone living.
Fourth is love.
This was a strong point in the source. The assertion is that by maybe 2030, genuine human connection, love, empathy, these might be the only truly irreplaceable things machines can't replicate.
The irrational, uniquely human stuff.
Connecting us beyond pure logic, maybe even to the spiritual. And the practice isn't just finding love, it's about generating that feeling internally. Cultivating it as an inner resource, independent of external validation.
An internal resource in our stress formula.
Precisely. And finally, engage.
Make your voice heard.
Yeah, don't just passively accept things. Make your wishes known to your government about policies, to your family about your needs in your community. Speak up. And engage with optimism, seeing challenges not just as threats, but as prompts for new opportunities.
Prepare, reflect, live, love, engage. A pretty solid framework. Okay, let's get specific. What about parenting in this AI world? The source had advice there.
It did, and it started with the absolute baseline, unconditional love. That's the bedrock of resilience for kids facing a confusing future.
Makes sense.
But practically, 3 main things. First, teach the skill of knowledge. Not just memorizing facts, but how to use AI strategically for deep learning. By pitting multiple AIs against each other. Give the same query to Gemini, Claude, ChatGPT, maybe DeepSeek. Compare the answers, look for biases, synthesize a more complete picture. Teach critical thinking through AI.
Okay, interesting. Second.
Teach ethics. Our decisions are ethically guided. If we raise ethical humans, the AIs they build and use are more likely to reflect those values. Ethics becomes a practical necessity.
And third.
Teach them to debate everything. Use AI specifically to find counterarguments, to check sources, to spot manipulation. The information landscape is getting way more complex and potentially deceptive. Skepticism and the ability to verify are survival skills now.
Wow. Equipping kids for a different kind of literacy. Now, what about AI as therapy? Can it help with all this stress?
Well, the source draws a distinction. General AI, like the big language models, they're like a super smart wrench, very logical, great with information, mind, but they often lack real context, empathy, heart. It might just tell you what makes you feel better in the moment, not what you need for growth. They're not designed to care.
Because humans aren't just mind.
Exactly. The source emphasizes we're mind, heart, body, and spirit. General AI currently only nails the mind part. It doesn't understand embodied feelings, body, or deeper purpose, spirit.
So AI for therapy needs to be different.
It needs to be specialized, like that Emma relationship AI project mentioned, designed specifically for well-being, maybe programmed to push back constructively, to focus on the user's growth, not just provide pleasant answers. We need caution using general tools for specific heart or spirit problems.
Okay, that's a really important distinction.
So, wrapping this up, we've seen that global uncertainty and AI's acceleration are real forces. They are increasing the force on us.
But the chronic stress we feel, that debilitating anxiety, isn't just about those forces. It's overwhelmingly about how we manage our internal world.
Right. Our resources, our ability to tackle the obsessions, noise, and nuisances that we can control. That power, that agency to build a bigger boat is largely ours.
So if the world's operating system is shifting, maybe fundamentally, perhaps this disruption, as tough as it feels, is pushing us towards something important.
A necessary shakeup, maybe? Forcing a shift away from just productivity and profit, maybe back towards deeper human connection, spiritual growth, things beyond pure logic.
That's the final thought to leave you with. Amidst all this chaos and change, what non-logical, uniquely human connection or inner resource is this moment forcing you to pay attention to, maybe for the first time in a long while? What opportunity is hidden in the disruption for you?